Hey guys, it's Aaron. This is a replay review for Chizak. He is Ancient player, Ancient 1. I believe this is like high 3K. He plays Terrorblade. This is for first impressions and reactions to this replay, and I've only seen like part of his items. I don't remember all of his items here, so we're just gonna skip the picking phase, even though that matters to an extent when you're playing Terrorblade. So you're probably against a Jakiro Underlord here. So I would think about what's going to happen in this lane. This build seems like a fighting build, like you want to fight a lot, which is okay. I would probably go for like a less regen. Actually, I'd probably go for less regen, and honestly, I think you can go. I know you do go hard to ask, but I think you can get away with less regen in this lane. I don't really see the Underlord right clicking a lot, and the only damage they have is magical damage from Jakiro. I know the item got nerfed, but I think you can go a casual, like you can go a casual Ring of Regen and then sell it for half value after the laning phase is over, and keep your hard to ask, obviously, just to get you through the laning phase. I would try to get out of this laning as soon as possible, because Underlord gets a little harder to kill, and not hard to kill, but hard to zone out, or not zone out even, just harder to farm in the lane in general. But yes, harder to zone out too, because of his nuke damage. I probably would have started off with, even though this is kind of minimal, I'm okay with this build, because this is like a fighting build, like I said before, because you put an Iron Branch down, then you Tango it from double the regen value of a Tango, which is okay. But I don't think you're really fighting a lot in this lane, especially with your Shaman. You have a Shaman in your lane, I think. It doesn't really seem like a fight lane, to be honest. I think this is more of a like get the fuck out type lane. So I would probably go like Slippers, Fairy Fire, because like you have a lot of low HP and you get a lot more value. To get like what? How much is it? You get a quarter of your HP back, or a little less than a quarter of your HP back, which is a lot. And I'd probably go with I'm okay with the Salve and the Tango and a branch, and then I'd build a Ringer regen from the runes, and then I would finish my Wraith Band, and then I'd move on to jungle probably soon, depending on how the lane looks like, and I'd eventually probably get a Bassi, because you're going to be using your illusions a lot here. So that's for the laning phase. That's what I have for advice for you. I think you can always get away with less regen, because you have your own personal courier now, so you can get away with less regen, right? Because you're gonna have starting runes, so you can get away with more. Or you're gonna get like 2 runes generally, so you're gonna have like 80 more starting gold than you usually would, right? So I definitely don't think you rush this item. As a side note, I do not think you rush this item. You start with 2 items and rush it from courier, but. Oh, also you want to try to move your courier outside of base every single game. Every single game. Always. Always put it, it's like right here is the range. You always want to put it up there for like, it's like 5 seconds faster. It could be a big difference. So like 5 seconds faster with the Ring of Regen will give you 10 more HP. 5 seconds is a lot in Dota. It's a really long time. So I expect you the Metamorphosis at the beginning of the laning phase here, because you can get 2 Metamorphoses off here. We're going to be really just focusing on you and you alone most of the time, and I'd say I give you suggestions to your teammate if you can. And sorry. Obviously, again, I suggest you speed up this replay, because I'm not going to be super efficient about what I'm saying. Okay, you're gonna have the meta probably if you want to get this range creep and this deny here. Since you separated the range creeps together, this is okay though. Like, obviously you should expect to get poison touch though, so you have to be okay with getting poison touch here, which I think you are, because you have a lot of high armor and this is physical damage. I think you should have met it here, 100%. Like at the beginning, you would have got the deny in the last hit here, and you probably would have zoned this guy out. This guy went chicken for some reason, but it doesn't matter. And plus you have a shitload of regen, right, that we just talked about. We literally just talked about you getting a shit ton of regen, so you want to use that immediately. So instead you get this range creep, but you don't get the deny here. So slight misplay here. Keep in mind I do not play carry a lot, so things I might say might not be 100% correct, but I think I still have pretty decent credibility to what I'm saying. Sorry, it's getting annoying. Okay, we're gonna speed things up here. I think you're okay with having the lane right here. This is where you want the lane. I think you should try to think about this every time you're in a lane. I think you should try to think about where do you want the lane to be. I don't think you want the lane to be right here because you're gonna get ran at the Underlord. Another thing you should do, you should always check out how much regen the enemy brought to their lane, etc. Okay, so you missed this last hit, right? I think something you can do, like, I think you could have got 2 more denies here easily. You should just try to get as close to the creep as possible, so you're still meta or whatever. We don't see it or whatever. Okay, when your shaman hex this guy, don't even like follow him. It's not even worth it. Like, that hex is 1 second. It's literally 1 second. There's no reason to walk towards it. You walk towards him for no reason. I think you can get debated really hard if this was a different hero. Okay, so something you can do here, when your creep was right here, right, and you right clicked it, you should move as close as possible so your right click is there ASAP. So there's like no need to miss last hits here. Like, those 2 should have been completely free. Right, so this is where you would send out the ring of regen, right? And notice how you haven't used many tangos at all. Again, this is not a kill lane. Especially with what the shaman like went first anyway. So your shaman's pretty useless here. I would just tell him to go stack and pull, I think. I don't think he really does anything in this lane, right? So I think you're gonna have to drop your calling here for these last hits, or use your illusion. Yeah, you have to drop your calling. It's just about knowing. I think you missed 2 free last hits or you got 2 free last hits if you just dropped your calling there. The reason you drop your calling is to make your damage like super low compared to like if it was like you were a support pretty much, so you have super low damage. So it makes it a lot easier to last it. It's like a support hitting the creep once before you last it on your tower. Okay. Be careful with playing up here. Sometimes I think you're okay with it. I don't know what your camera angle's at, and I'm not gonna check, but be wary when you play up right here because you're gonna be farther away from the tower. I think you should send out. Okay, you're rushing the Ring of Trust. So with our mental modder here, we already said we didn't need the Ring of Trust like super early, right? Or we don't need it in this lane, not yet, because you're not getting harassed a lot, and this is not, like, they're not really harassing you a lot until Underlord's way higher level, like level 5. It's going to be a lot of damage. So I think you should just went your Wraith Band here with another set of tangos, and then got your Ring of Trust, probably. Because the Ring of Trust doesn't, helps you farm in a way, but it probably won't help you as far out with, getting, I lost track of mine, just track of thought. I don't think it'll help you get out of the lane faster, which is what you want to do. Right now, with illusions, since your Dazzle's top, or your Shaman's in base. think he dying. I think I would have pulled this with my illusion. I don't know if you know, but you can this whole, I don't know if you know, but this creep camp right here, this can actually kill the whole wave. This creep camp right here. If you pull a certain way, I have a note about it. Hold on, let me bring up a note. So it's a range. It's called. I named it a ranged creep pull. So you aggro such as you pull the creep wave out, right, and then you get the whole creep wave still, but you make that range get aggroed first. You have to practice this in a lobby. It's really hard to do. I haven't practiced it enough myself, but you get the range creep to die first, and then it will kill the rest of the wave. So you can easily kill the whole wave with that single pull. You just have to do it correctly. Again, some of these, again, this is like more of a fighting, and I don't think you're gonna have to get a wand really soon because you're just gonna be farming for the majority of the early game, unless you're fighting and you fight like top or some shit. The most I would go for is a stick at this early if I were to grab a stick, because you can sell for half value if you needed to. Not saying you don't, not saying you're gonna sell for half value. But again, we want to get to our timing as early as possible with Terrorblade. This hero farms pretty fucking fast. Just so you guys know, this guy's name is Spark too. I used to be friends with him a while ago. He just asked me to review his replay. So yeah, one of these branches are used for tingling. You gotta know that, buddy. Like that's part of the reason why people go 3 branches. It's because you can use 2 of them for the wand and then 1 for tingling. Alright, so I would just aggro again. Okay, I think you're completely fine with trading here. Like, this guy has no mana. I don't know if you're checking or not, but alright, we're gonna 2 times it as I want to get in. I definitely think you should not have gone this wand because you're gonna be farming and you want to get the fuck out of this lane. Because I think you're gonna get more gold from doing this type of thing where you push in the wave, right? And then you kill this camp, and then you rinse and repeat. You just do like this type of. I can't draw lines. You go. I can't draw lines, but you should just try to like, so you don't send your illusion at this guy, right? Because he's just gonna kill it. So you just cut the next wave, and then you can even bring the wave towards you in the jungle. So let's say you kill this wave, and then you send an illusion right here, and then you go grab the wave with that creep camp, and then the wave is gonna be right here. And if he like drags the wave over here, and you have meta up, you can probably kill him with your shaman, because your shaman can TP in right here and then go around and then probably kill him right here. If he's dragging his own wave to the small camp where you're at. And plus it's really good to play here because you can always send an illusion to stack this camp too. So you can accelerate really fast if you play this right. It's like a really good option, I think, compared to doing all this shit. Like that. You're obviously doing what your build matches, which is nice, right? But there's a better way. There's a better way where you can do. See, with your build, you put 3 points in meta because you want to fight this lane, obviously, right? But I think you go 3 points in Conjure level 5 and just try to push out the wave ASAP. So right here I'm under tower, right? Which is okay. I think you should stay for this siege wave here. 100%. So you meta here, which is fine. I think you just want to push out the wave ASAP, last under tower, you're good. I think this siege is going to be pretty hard to get, yeah. I think you should also drop your calling for that siege wave too, or just hit it twice with your illusion before it even gets hit by the tower. That's how you're probably going to secure it. You just have to test things out. So again, you're just stuck under here. I would probably only go 1 Wraith Band, because I think this is like a free game if you're just farming. I don't think you're really forced to fight early or anything. So I'd probably go Wraithband Bassi here if I was playing Terrorblade. Because you spent 1,000 gold on stat items, right? Efficient stat items, right? But I think you only need one of them, which is why like we started with the slipper. We're trying to get the fuck out of this lane. Okay, I'm trying to think here because you keep pushing into the wave, right? So I think you try to tell your support to sit under tower, and he gets a wave or something. It's really hard to say because I'm not actually in the game. Okay, you know they have a word here. You're getting pressured really hard. Okay, whatever. I don't think you should have 36 CS at 8 minutes. I think this is pretty unacceptable, to be honest. Like, you should have Wraithband Bassi in gloves and be jungling right now. Plus, like, do you have any, like, I can't click on it, but I don't even know if your team has any, your team doesn't have any neutral items. Pretty sure, yeah, your team has literally no neutral items. Okay, so we learned our mistake. I don't want to keep bashing you on it because I already got my point across. I think you should just, like, you should be farming the jungle with yourself and then sending illusion under the tower and drag the wave, like drag waves off the tower with your illusion, right? And be fucking jungling. This is the first time you hit a camp at 10 minutes. This is the first time. So if Eclipse is down and you have meta, I would consider farming towards the Luna after you take your jungle stack, after you take your ancient stack, and try to take this tower top. And just run at the fucking Luna. If this Luna has a bad game, it's really hard to come back. This Luna. And I think you're way stronger than her. And if like the Underlord goes up, I think you're completely fine with that because you have this tri-camp here. It's really hard for them to fight you in this area because it's all high ground hills. Okay, so I don't want to talk about random shit that's happening unless it's like super important. I don't really care about all this stuff that's happening because you should just be farming. None of this should be happening. I think you have a guaranteed lane later and you're just farming or you're fighting right now. Okay, so I'm gonna skip you farming because it's a waste of time for me to just look at you farm. Right. Obviously, there's farming patterns to talk about, right? So, always consider sending illusion at the tower. I think you should definitely be playing top right now and just get the tower. You open yourself, especially because you have a lot of vision right here that your team is providing for you. I think you'd have Manta, like right now. I think you'd have Manta if you were doing what I said earlier. You'd have like 2,000 more gold. Like you had like 40 CS at 9 minutes or something. Is insane. I think you should have at least like 70 or 80. Or 60. I might be pushing a little by it. You eventually move the top. This is the first time you move the top 20 minutes into the game. Alright, this is pressuring mid lane. Making sure that lane's always pushed out. Since, I would always try to be pushing the lanes out because You're gonna be farming lanes while Luna's only be farming jungle, right? Because she's not an illusion hero. You are, so you're gonna be farming faster than her, like 100%. After Manta, I actually probably would have went. I don't think Scotty's the item here. I think I would have went. I think I probably would have went to BKB, to be honest. I don't think. I think your team has plenty of damage. I think you just need to be able to hit high ground, like farm for high ground. Like you can keep farming after BKB, but it's just like, if you want to fight, we can smoke type thing, and then get Roshan if he wants. I can go Scotty after BKB. I don't really give a shit, but I care about you getting a decent fight. I think to an extent you can get away with it because I think the enemy's damage is kind of low, to be honest. Especially if the Tinker doesn't go with the right items. So you tanking up can be a good option. I might be completely wrong on that. Like, you might not even need BKB this game. Like, realistically speaking, you might not even need BKB. But I'm saying I would go BKB because later on you can have issues, I think, with like Tinker. Because that hero is pretty good versus your hero. It's good and not good versus your hero at the same time. I don't want to get into the nuances of that, why it's good and not good, but I'm just gonna say that right now. Okay, so you go high ground here. Am I okay with this? Alright. So let's check what's happening on the map right now. I think as soon as you get this tower, you should start sending... Okay. You should make an illusion now and go top. Or top bottom. Whatever one you think is more important for the game. If you want a Roche, right? If your next objective is Roche, I think you cut bottom. Because if you cut bottom, they're going to be away from Roche, right? Compared to if you cut top. They're going to be playing top, near Roche. So I think you should send an illusion. Immediately go cut the wave. Right? It's only one illusion, right? It's only one illusion, too. And plus you're going to have to deal with all this March shit anyway. And you don't have mana. So you made an illusion here. That could have been right here. Right? Which is going to slow down your farming speed. Tinker's not even defending. Like, I don't know what's going on. Okay, he gets his laser, or Ags. Okay, let's speed things up again. So you have to think about what the high ground push looks like. You have to think about what it looks like when you're going high ground, right? Because if you don't know what you're doing, as soon as you go high ground, like, you can get really fucked over if you don't know what you're doing. It's like you have to think about what's going to happen as soon as you walk on towards the high ground. That's why, like, high ground's really scary, is because you have no vision. So they can punish you as soon as you go on top of it's like a hill. You can, as soon as you go on top of the hill, they can punish you. Okay. Let's see what's going on here. You should just be chilling, I think. Even if you win this fight. It's like... I think you just go wait your meta. So now you start picking out Roche, right? Right now, I would have stayed mid slightly. Or actually... I would have stayed slightly mid, yeah. I would have stayed slightly mid and then sent Illusion bottom again to keep them bottom. I think you should have 2,000 more gold. Or 3,000 even, right now. I think you could be easily 20,000 net worth right now. Probably even more. Right, so you go butterfly, right? So when you pop your BKB, the only thing you're going to be getting hit by is physical damage. But to be honest, I don't think you worry about physical damage. I think you should just get a straight up damage item now. I'd probably go like, I think to be honest, I think Bloodthorn's okay this game, and Daedalus is okay. Not together, but one of them. Because when you pop your Q, you put the reflection cooldown, which is good. Because Luna's illusion does a lot of damage, and she might pop Manta. Therefore, you can Bloodthorn her, and plus, Bloodlord can own these heroes like Underlord too. He only has one purge, and if he uses it, like, it's really hard. And plus, like, Bloodthorn's pretty good versus Dazzle too, with the Grave. Like, if you wanted to, you could silence the Dazzle and then do shit to the other heroes so they don't get graved or something. I don't think you're like, sure, the evasion's nice. You already got an evasion talent, but I don't think you really needed the armor or the attack speed or whatever from the butterfly here. I might be underrating butterfly, so I could be completely wrong. I know it can be a damage item, but I think there's way better damage items, in my opinion, here to be gotten. I know you go Abyssal Blade at some point. I don't know when. I also think Hurricane Pike's a little underrated here too. Just to be getting on top of the Tinker and just hitting him can be really good in these fights too. If he like fucks up his blink or something. I would also I would consider Satanic too. Like Satanic Bloodthorn would be okay here. And then I would switch my boots off for something else. Alright, so you're playing around top now. I think you got Roshan. I wasn't paying attention. So your sniper has Aegis, which is fine. I don't think Terrorblade's the greatest Aegis carrier anyway. Because once you pop your BKB, and if you die with meta, it feels kind of bad with Aegis. Unless you're okay with hitting melee, which sometimes you are. I'm gonna start turning up my game sounds here. Alright, so he lost a fight. That's okay, I'm not gonna check why. Alright, I'm gonna wait until you're up. Okay, what's the first thing you do? You get bots, okay, TP. This is good. You're gonna try to force out buybacks here. Again, I'm not sure. I think you should have looked to cut bottom, the illusion again. Even now. Like, I'm expecting you to send illusion bottom. Okay, never mind, you're going for end the game. I'm okay with you not sending illusion bottom if you're going to end the game. But if you're not, I would have definitely would bottom. Something went wrong in that last team fight. I'm not sure how you guys fucked it up. Because the fights seem kind of easy, to be honest. I think Axe is pretty good versus Luna, especially with the items she has. I think like it's really hard to kill Sniper in these fights too, for the enemy team. So a lot earlier, you guys could have just, when you guys had the option to go high ground, I think you guys could have just choked him out and got a huge GPM lead, and that's how you won the game here. And so I think the game's already over, to be honest. So like, I don't think it's really worth watching. I think this game's already over. Like, you guys have to fuck up pretty hard to mess this game up. I'm gonna end the replay review there. To be honest, I think I see enough of this game. Like, this game goes for a little longer, right? But I don't think it's worth watching. You guys like fuck up somehow, and the game goes really long. And it could be because of your item build too. I don't think Abyssal Blade. I'm open-minded to you getting Abyssal Blade, but I don't think this is the game for it. Especially because like I'd much rather you have it in a Hurricane Pike. Like if you want to get on top of people, I think Hurricane Pike does the same thing. Like, I don't think you really need to bash this game. I really don't think you do. because getting on like people as Terrorblade melee form is or ranged form seems kind of weird too. It feels kind of weird, but it can feel really good some games. I just don't think it's one of those games. But anyways, I'm gonna end the review here. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe, like the video. Thanks for watching.